and Punam and Ed Ahwadin womb. Yes, so a buying any home. At the end of the year, buying any babaho, the moon to more Bremon. See you, Emma, as in Bank Ghana, as you know. When you have the sort of empty, I will empty them in your good moon. Now, and you may be a white year if you see a mission. What's the one some other promise a radio, I will come out to Hammond. A measure for or here, a year and measure on Central, Honorable Osayo, a teaching. As so at the Akita, sir, I buy money, you must share no air to put your media. BC, for Mr. Mutatra, and Sayano, ever for saying, not ever saying. There be a what I say a lawyer for Ghana School of Law and 24 Asia by say. Said what I know, a future, Womu Sika, Womu Yamuano, and for na BB. Yeah, I was a phone, yeah, come say, and seminar every Promise Radio 102.7 FM. So na boss about electricals and also ya sene. Ya boy anopay wadin kania bobo wires and aba ya unya bia ebebowo se ope de yusu awiana solana ni nyina bi ohanom yedudum kania na no aso mra na momope binto ye wadum Boseba Plaza ba bia Oyerepa TV ni FM ye wo ya na duma ya PZ antata for da na mum ye san ewo udu PZ a ne fa ehwe kejetia no also abusafo obehu yen. And also be for 0536095966 over ya baje so anopay Joseph Dekana Martin and Nanasafo and na ebo mitidoma medical seboy eba Oduefour Nana Sabere Pinamai Nana Penkrahene Chiamini and Samno Eniem and now ko yen ehia Ghana for papa san say ne na mo de no mo say adankonam na sona akurenkure no se wunya na de nkyene popo ho na wunya awiafufo pa atiko basua na wudi a ne de jajajajajajaj enti amanfo enyai adanko nam wieda enna aboa bia ni wiase ya ne nam no yese ahoden wo mu edu adanko nam utawe kura yese cancer ebi nyawo yese mfaso bia wo mu dosom na so aban no ni oman no ye nini enanko eyen ho ya kan bi ama ura Edward Amponsa Bonsu a ono na chief executive officer Emma Edi Rocky Farms Limited ewo obuase kwapia wo de sine ne so se wono de sense enanko nam ede na ahode wo mti no obeye bia ama danko nam ne tono Ganafo ani aba ho nyanya pie so atwawe adankonyan ewo man Ghana mu sesie a me no kasa ide dwumedie no atofom bebre adentia efi se enanko no aduane a yede mo no te se de yede ma poultry na nanso enam se eniema akosoro na aduane ne bo ayedinti enipa bebre agyae adwuma no eye ena ne yede nwura enso emomo but enne enduro ahodo yede spray yemfo su no nti no ama enwura no eguso ehye na se wanhwe ne yempo a obakakotwa enwura no na ye spray su a wa eku umwa ahodo nyina enti enne nipa bebre eye no ama eso ate efise onye sika emfa nto aduane emfa momo ena dodo no so omoye no omo ntimi nye ema ne ndoso enti so obi toba ako mienu a no asan de akoto aduane e de ama aboa no edi enti ohunu se onya emfaso biara ewo so enti aduane ne bo a akosoro no ama adwuma no etimi akofo na ni nyina emu se ye yire ye ho se ebetimi aya ebetimi aboa ama dwumedie nso a yeye no etimi akoso de etie ne se nnuane na hodro bi wo hono ma Ghana ha ye bia bi de na enso endorso enti de ebetimi aye mimi tritru megusu a meye ne se me de portrait aduane no emomo na me de nwura no so aye de ede amomo saa na meye no kakra metimi de ye na emom se aban no ana se ekuafo empanyifo Ministry of Education fa de atono so se ensase ahodro a ye wo ewo srem any voter a esoso bebre no wo ho ewo se yetimi hwe se ennuane ne bi wo ho a yebetimi adua na aban na beton ama ekuafo a ne boye de ewo fo ebi se ebro kra ampo no ye wo mi bi wo ha no ma okra bro fra bro kire ene de be hwe ne nkokọ ana se ne mo ahodro a wo
na emu si edua bi wa ase na ya ye na ye ni ye a ebema bo no atimi aye dey akofom a adwuma no ye nyina nso ye betimi aye but the make can say ye nyina no ye mo ye homoden na ye nyire ye ho ebe ye dache
yo eni amuti ye eye owura Edward Amponsa Bonso na nanu nsiye no sa to aso biem se opese ono ankasa te asuapon bi a ye frɛ no Rabbit University na sa Rabbit University no ye botai nyina ne se ye be kyerɛ sɛ de si yan enanko na ma hode ewo mu mfaso ewo mu ani pii e wo Ghana ha
challenge ba ko a me yaban a nka mehwɛ sɛ ye betimi aye ne sɛ ye bɛboa ama schools ahodro a etwa ye ho ahia titru omo ye agriculture no ene omo mo nya agriculture no omo betimi enya adanko anyan e wo mu school ahodro mu every say beburu ne ba no obewie school no obetena fie sɛ adwuma eni ho na emu wo hya sɛ o ye bi enkakra okoni fie ahodro mu a obetimi aye a edi sika ebetimi ede aboa abre no na enema nyina etimi akoso because edi rocky nyame pa 10 years to come epesi esi Rabbit University awo Ghana ha na ema maburu nyina hu sibia emfaso ewo adankonya mu ye kase ye ne aye ni ya ye mprese de bia ni bewo aban adwuma so ye besua enema bebre afa adankonya ho na eno onkonko wie SS na waka se wa pass ana de aba university ye be fa every upper primary ni asa se ye kire nkura no nti obenyini no owo na adwuma dada oye eno
eni abusafo muti ye eye owura Edward Amponsa Bonso a oye Chief Executive Officer Emma Edi Rocky Farms Limited ewo oboase kwapia na ye befiri honom se ukọ Himan Lower Denchira abato mpeso aso a owura Lawrence Kwabena aginsam ya ono na esiwo Exim Bank Ghana enani abre se onya MP obedi nti ofa MPP amnyoko no so no de akomere se bigefe nti primary ojamu den ya wo sere omanfo se wonto aba mfama no na wo kasa no odi tudwa se wohwe se de Himan Lower Denchira obo homode wo niam bi mu a ne botae pa ne se wo behwe aboa mamabunu atimi akonkan afempuntu dwuma a wonam infrastructure development so no ene so wo baba abaye na wodi we tudwa no na ono ankasa bo ne homode ama watimi aye boho mechanized one no maakoma akwa duonu miensa ya wo pa ho ntoma e na odi we nyina tudwa
ana wana Roma the manifesto atumpilifu the manifesto ye nyoma ennan the kaka number 1 agriculture esa so ntino abon mo le kaka say omo mo ye politician omo nya abe kaka no fa nkodua na da ache omo so party no mo nya ho e do di no meti no ma tu manifesto amedia tu jama esi ahinfo yi youth development the kind youth development and party and and no youth employment last year youth in IT, youth in fashion, youth in agric, youth in sports. A minister who said, something in the bar, in Bebuno, only to market. The yet more MPA, which we are was cycling, new program they were. Number 3, education. He said, we are seeing a year, near the Yadishana, among the Makumilin kind, or see a partner near Buomo. That's the Benya even scholarship be among the brilliant and the media.
Na eni amuti ye eye owura Lawrence Kwabena aginsamu ya oye CEO Exim Bank Ghana ya onani abre so obeye MP e wo Himan Lower Denchira abato peso aso MPP amanyeko ne demo no wiye ye no ade fefa wo ye nti nananom ya ewo mpatemu nyina ka kire MPP delegates no se monhwe se obi etimi awe koto san ne wo so obeye kora ye nyina chinyi papa wo meye MP mpo mohwe ni ma wo ye mayen na obeye MP dia se ye ho ka atu mommoa no monto no bum 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 na mofama na mayen
wonya nwura mu ye bum 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 monhwa de a woye no wo Denchira ene ekifu emem ha mo amonhwe the awaye no mamani ajo mo pa ne ehwe awaye amen oni pa nkwa ehwe so ehwe ehye cheduane ehwe ehye cheduane na me ba me tete no kwa no san na ba ko na se minu no a woye no krom ya woye ne bebri kwa na mo fan chef se bo family
na media ti say eyeka eyisika papa a yego dia emu odu ena ode edumeku eya bese abaye media ti say wo ba nya do nya abraham ko enti mesre committee fo a o man ni bayi mo se assembly man bayi mo so man ni bayi mo se edumeku na de dwumadie ba na no bayi mo mesre mo se mo hwe dwumadie ni so ye mo hwe dwumadie ni so ye
wei eye ahemfo ya ewo Heman Lower Denchira na omo ye campaign Ediama Ura Lawrence Kwabana Aginsemo no se yento abama no ye be free honom na ye kọ baabi from Honorable Dr. Osaya Edutum eyo man so for hwe enguma unsem so na Osaya MP ewo bosomtwe na ono na de atodwa se enche pi anamo a asoye ni tuo no BC ye ma ewo junior high school o mewi anso hwe mo twere no ye ba be ye nsakraye kakra ewom na nsakraye na ebeboa pa enam se what the additional for friends a new curriculum no aba ebio amanfo keka se additional de subjects a omoye no junior high school no en na ye maako enkro no yate so abanum wose no kura bia sa ensem we mu.
Talking about BEC, what I'll say is that discussions are still ongoing. Finalization will happen very soon, but it's not accurate to say that we're doing 5 subjects. I think we have moved to a standard-based curriculum, so the type of questions may be different, but the subjects are going to be the same. I think it's important for parents not to panic and understand that their children they are still going to write BEC. Any changes in terms of the sample questions that may be on the exams is forthcoming, so that they will see the type of question that may be on the exam. But in terms of the subjects this year upcoming, it's going to be the same subjects written as students who did last year. So that change is not going to happen in terms of cutting down the number of subjects. I think you have the first change being coming from objective-based, standard-based. There will be more critical thinking, questions coming in the exams. And I think it's important for people to understand and prepare for that before you introduce another layer of change. So what is going to happen is that the subjects are going to be the same as from last year. The nature of the questions probably may change because there's a new curriculum. But NACA is working on that, and they are really working so hard to ensure that parents get a sense of what kind of questions their children may be seeing, which might be a bit different from the previous exam because of the change in curriculum. This year, I think the exams is going to be in July, August, thereabouts, so they are working hard to make sure schools get exposed to, and they are already exposed through the new curriculum. Teachers have been teaching differently.
Eni amuti ye Honorable Dr. Osaya Edutum oman so afo a ohwe ngumasuamu nsem so na akasai sa ukọ ye enkranya ye obabi atete emranimfo aloyafo Ghana School of Law na emu mpanifo de ato abanim say aban twe ne ho emfiri wo man kasa sika kakrakra wo mo enya no emu abada no wurawuram dodo wo mo mpene sa director MS School Barma ya kodie opon kasa no say wo 2023 afra senkwa no wo mutu aba say 12 million Ghana cedis ya eye wo ha mu nchemu aduonu enum 25% fisika wo mo gigye no mu na de ma aban na saa nema na aban eye na bibie ni ahwere wo mo sika wo mo gigye no ho de friend say internally generated funds na aban sa GB sa na nani wo mu sa no emo school dwumadie kra.
The Ghana School of Law is the only institution of education that pays part of its IGF to the government. In fact, last year alone, we paid in excess of 12 million Ghana cedis to the government of Ghana. Until recently, the government was taking in excess of 30% of our IGF. And so, Honorable, if you are surprised that since 1982, when you left the school, these buildings that accommodated you and your friends have virtually seen very little or significant expansion. It's all because the government shares our money with us and hardly makes any contribution for the expansion. So we were able to get your good friend, the president, to cause part of it to be reduced from 34% to 25%. We have also made a request and I believe it's now before Parliament, for a complete waiver of even the 25%, so that before you leave, now the next induction, which may be your last in this term,
Any Ura Barama ya Kodie Opon or ye Director of Ghana School of Law. Nanuachi no Transafre or may Marashe Bojefie Chairman, Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Alban Kingsford Sumana Bagwing. Nanodi to understand. Eduma bia mum yewo bibia aye subam pantete ye friend say ethical conduct. Na e wo say mremu no so no omo de no omo miamu ye pa.
Now, the world is experiencing an ethical crisis, and Ghana is no exception. Some of the issues facing the country are widespread misappropriation of public funds, abuse of power. We have a constitution that we are not following the dictates of the constitution, but the dictates of president. We have growing institutional indiscipline, the mentality that winning at all costs is acceptable, and making an exception for oneself without acknowledging any ethical boundary. Ethical conduct of some lawyers has fallen short of what is expected of them. On many occasions, I ask practitioners these days what was happening. They say, oh, Speaker, it's not like your time.
Any Emrashe Bejefie Chairman, Right Honorable Alban Kingsford Sumana Bagbing. I was for you before na physician assistant. Yawo Achim Oda Brim Central Municipal. Ewa Puemantemo Dr. Stephen Asantiampa. And when you futu mame, and I wo, Yenina say, Adi bi Koswa, Yenhe, Yensiano, Nenye. What's it then as a amount for no energy drinks? No, the actually not one pepper, Titu, a dropper for or yano or kakana or who, Nenimo Abra, no at energy drink. I for say, or Hannah Nisia who come, Netriana no. Obanum sa no de ko no de ba obi o ye adwumaden bia pese onum energy drink de achele na wonom no se o ha wo mu bie ene se sa energy drink no ye de cafe na aye ase kire ka ho ene wo atumduro bi ye friend se additives bi aye stimulants eno ema wo na enti wonum a se wa ye nwensen te se chengon na wo de namo na no na emmo nipadua no wo se school fo bebe de so pe se wonum ni bebe ba e wo how kase emma nipadua no.
Energy drinks in Zambia ahonenuro a yefrɛ caffeine ewum. In fact caffeine be brave pa ewum esanso ewo insichire na endro bi a yefrɛ omo stimulants stimulants no ye wo mu mienu ye wo the legal stimulants ni a abayagye atomo se nipa betimi edi na ye wo the illegal stimulants a eno no de aban engye ntumu ye ntino amafo efa kotikwa so na omudi edi abra ye system no emu enti no energy drinks normally no containing these stimulants any caffeine any esitri bebrebe send e be ya obetimi ama wenya ahoden any why you very alert and wenya very much attention ewo ejume bi a wo ye ehun omudwumedie no send omudi dwuma no tie ni se obi ye ejuma bi na nipa kro no wabre esini ejuma na oye na neke wo so gina home na so wo hwe a akakakra ma na wi a ene na onya akono onum energy drink and so no chilled ones be na even natural energy drinks ni kra na nya eye ni say ebema eko system no ma na eko wakoma ho
Any amuti ye a physician assistant awo Achim Oda Brim Central Municipal or Eastern Region a year Dr. Stephen Asante Ampa enono yeba Kumasi eno adwumadie so kubi ekoso ewo Kumasi na ye Youth Employment Agency YEA omene santwefo chiai ekyerɛkyerɛ free ebra omode sa Youth Employment eba ye free ora ko 4 pence ba de omaye tituru pa ne afrase Ghana nyina woma yafo mo ewo prosimu a ye frɛ mo police assistant program no woma yafo mo health community no woma yafo mo teaching ni nyina Ghana de afi asante mantem so woma ye ede ama na panipa ono na woye CEO Emma Youth Employment adwumakoi owura Kofi ba Japan eto ne boase ebu nkunta ne kyerɛ se no mo de ba ne se woyɛ adwumakuo bi a sɛ de bɛyɛ aban bɛte ɔmo a ɛnyɛ adwuma so unemployment rate no te sɛ bi a promise ha yɛbɛtumi afa reporters mienu ya ɔmo yɛ adeɛ na yɛde akɔto youth employment for n'anim mɔsom so a ɔmo de bɛtua kaa ma yɛ 500 nti wowɔ magazine wowɔ adum ha o na woyɛ adwuma nko a bɔhyɛ ba electrical asem nya mutumi yɛ saa muntie nsɛm a owura Kofi Baa Japan kan
yɛse wowɔ nikanika wowɔ chopper wowɔ pharmacy shop wowɔ drug store wowɔ deɛ bɛn wowɔ saloon deɛ bɛn na wɔwɔ adwuma kitikiti biara wɔayɛ sɛ da biara yɛnim sɛ mmabunu bi atwam a ɔmo sɛ maame na yɛbɛnyɛ adwuma kakra yɛse fa no register wɔayɛ portal no so bosome wɔayɛ yɛbɛtua ne ka 500 cedis ɛde ama that is the big business and employment assistance program and deba ba yeso so no na me ka chem say enye se yete ho ana ye bia fa ohwe asat Tuesday now small companies in Washington region I apply online aye buy ya pa po hia wo debre almost 500 and I apply ye buy any bi akodin komo nyasa nkomo ko a ya fa so anam krom abusabusa ye maame mo papa mo ye nua mo omo ye adwuma ketekete de bi mfa so a ebetimi bi abre omo e ka chem se ye ko so me magazine nra na ye ko so me so me magazine me ko Postino shop
abusa owura Kofi Baa Japan esa ato aso sen wono otumira a obekyeresie ye wonwuma bi e wo Kumasi hanom ya waye fo no mo ye adwuma waye ama wo mo nkwada wo mo kire wo mo adwuma ebi ye adwuma wo ho sika bia wo se waye ade ma wo mo nyina no oh ye tue ma sa nwuma ko ni nyina waye eni obia ka pre sempo na takumpu
development academy I work for Mohase ye wo bio luxury limited I no so work adum ye wo Lydia Opon fashion center I no so work canteen chrono ye wo Amansan skills training institute I work atonso agogo omo nyina why eso mase omo nyina wo ya shanti memu hase na small companies in the omo doors ye wo Julie Ju collections ye wo fashion immaculate ye wo Didani boy ye wo Stiga collections your Papa Wisdom Fashion and Training Center, your Hour of Grace Fashion, your Francis Ajma Fashion Designs.
And here was for Asamada, Youth Employment Agency, why Adiaba and Nonanua, and we share Central for Kumasia, Promise Radio, so Yakobi, Yakamosem, Bossaba Electricals, would just so. Mumre na mumeto ye niamani bi emfiri hanom ko bobo ne waya ene CCTV cameras ahodo standing fan ceiling fan aha ne ton ye tu ka ho ye niama na efo eye papa adum ukọ keyetia ne fa na ehwe PZ wo no ye wo ha e wo PZ afam honom Bossaba building ha so ye wo ha sei bibia ni a wo de frɛ yen wo 0536 095966 wo frɛ ya apɛ no ye beje wo so ha and a bread be my quiet na Promise Radio 102.7 yede anopa nusia kaseboyi ebesien Oduefour nana sabere pinamai nana penkra hene chiame anam some ye Mr. Michael yawasuman one na yere mame hana omo se Christ aso ye nka mu nyina na busafo me kono ene eye nuanom bi birthday ene ye Mrs. Magdalene Edujamfi birthday Mrs. Magdalene Edujamfi one ye first lady Emma Divine Provisional Ministry papa yere eno no nti mami ye mawtire nkwa nyame ka ho na wonte nanim enche no no wasomdwie amen ena so ye police ni abrante Emmanuel Ajembans birthday Emmanuel Ajembans aye police ni FPU unit e wo soame na woda ena wodi a ye de awoda pay every Promise Radio no na efri Benedicta Manu Bands ono ane maame eye lady ene yeta frɛ no ena Theresa ena Bands ebuso nyina ena ewo se Emmanuel Aje Bands prosini happy birthday ni jemu na fe ye de wo ho atoa so Christ asundwen kam nyina